Welcome, traders. We're doing another weekly review for the Simple Market Metrics Indicator trading system. So 12/16 Monday was a 1 minute chart trading day for NQ. But for some reason, scrolling back even just that amount of days, you can see the code. It is not acting right. The profit wave is just only red, and it's only showing the sell signals. And then all the closed dots are way down here. So that happens when you do scroll back, usually 2 weeks or more, but for some reason it's doing it even sooner on the 1 minute. So I do have timestamps. So these are for NinjaTrader, what they would be on the Chicago time server. So you did have the big loss, which it shows right here. So 921 is the 922 candle on NinjaTrader. So that was 128 ticks. So that one hurts pretty bad when you're only going for 20 ticks. So that's a pretty large loss. Then at 9:30, which is 9:29, you did have one right here and ended up being a winner. And then 10:04, coming over here, which was 10:03, there was another winner. So that was it for the 1 minute for the week. So everything else will be on the 2 minute. All right, so now we'll scroll back. Make sure it's set correctly, 40 ticks. Definitely good volume. So you have this first one, winner. Second one, winner. So 2 wins. You're done on the 2 minute for the day. And then this was too early for us to get in. But this one right here, instant winner on the next candle. Only one for that day. And that's when the huge sell-off towards the afternoon. And a good amount of volume. So you had this one winner on that day. And this was a day too on Thursday. It seems like a good amount of people in the Discord were actually, for some reason, trading on the 1 minute and taking some losses. But if you just stuck on the 2 minute, it actually kept you out of a lot of it. And then you did get one trade at the end. That's the hard part about trading NQ, the being subjective, 1 minute versus 2 minute, compared to the other indices of how I'm reviewing them. But this is just trying to replicate how Justin is, but it's not going to be exact because his time frame's not completely in alignment with what I'm doing. Too early. And then this is the one win for the day, for it shot up for a few hundred points. So NQ for the week, if you just traded one contract straight across, plus 560, 7-1. But if you doubled up on size, it did actually end up being a losing week because of Monday. And then I had some numbers wrong, so I corrected them. So it's a little better now of how it actually is. And then these losses, that's the amount of ticks. So the parentheses part is if we were to double up position on the 1 minute of the losses you end up taking. And so with that combined, add that number, divide by 11, your, in a sense, average loss ends up being 3.49, your profit target dollar amount. So has an 88% win rate. So obviously it is profitable over the past 10 weeks, but the, huge losses psychologically are not easy to deal with. So that's also why you just got to create your own data set, see what you're comfortable with, do it as per the guidelines. Maybe another data set of if you have a fixed stop of, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to do. Maybe do multiple ones. If you're trying to do only a 2x, you're probably going to take on a good amount of losses, well below probably 80%, I would suspect. So I would say it has to be closer to 2.5 to 3 on that one. But just build your own data set. All right, so now we'll move on to RTY. And this was another one that took a big loss early in the week. Yeah, it's doing the same thing. So that's why you have to do this every single day of actually logging what the trades would have been if you're doing a market review. Just because you really try to scroll back, and usually it just takes on the 2 minute chart, 2+ weeks, same with the 1 minute, but for some reason it's acting up. Can't even go back like 5 days. So it's only showing the sells, and these closed dots are extremely off, not showing any of the buys since that profit wave is just staying red. So on Monday, we had this, there's an early loss, so 842, so it would have been the 840 candle on this one, or that was the win. So that was the one win, it was a buy. And then here was the big loss. So 94 ticks, which is huge when you're only going for 14. So that was a really hard day. It's even doing it on Tuesday. So 844. Well, at least it shows the only one that we got. So this one, 842, boom, you close down for 14 ticks easily on that one. Now it's looking better. So here was the loss. It didn't come back down and touch it. Ended up being for like 38 ticks right over here. But then you did have the one winner. So here's a winner. That one was too late. You had that winner. Oh, see, I still have alert set on, so it lets you know before the bar close that a signal's coming. So you get your one winner. So that ended up being 5-2 this week, so minus $310. So it's only been 5 weeks, hasn't really taken on many losses, so it's hard to build a good data set yet. It could just be on a very good, streak right now. So it's 91% win rate. So there's your losses. Total of 174. So that risk is showing it's over 4, per the profit target. But again, we just don't have enough losses to water down that to get it to a true number. I suspect it's going to be a lot closer to what NQ is, 3 to 3.5, the risk, just because NQ can fly against you pretty quick. But so with the loss, still profitable for the week. Let's see, make sure all those numbers are correct. $560, $280, $350, It drops us down to 1370 for 5 weeks. All right, let's move on to YM. YM is not looking too hot. But this is, short-term trend momentum indicator. So, YM's not the one you're going to think of when you're looking for momentum. Even ES is not really one of them. It's NQ and RTY. All right, so we still see it's still acting up. So we had one winner, 902, the 2 losses. And they were about, a little over double the size. So again, it's only showing the cells. So which is this one, 920, which is the 922 loss. And it's not showing any of those other ones. So you just have this one win right here. Did dip down at least a few ticks beyond that target line. And then this was the only trade of the day. Let's see. Yep, was a winner. Good thing we didn't take that one. Here you go, this 922. That one was a winner. This one came too late. And then today for Friday, there was none. There were no trades. Yeah, just came too early in pre-market. Would have been a loser probably anyway. And then just this huge run up. So yeah, past 5 weeks, only $130. So 73% win rate. Risk is 2.57 of the profit target. So it's not really looking too hot for that one. All right, so Monday, 12/16. It doesn't show in here, but this candle right after the open, that was a loss. I think there was another loss in here. That one gave you 2 tries for going long, both losses. But they were small, 10 ticks. And then the 902, that was a loss too. And so again, if it's 3 wins, 3 losses, you're just done for the day. or on ES I have to like total like 40 ticks or more. If you lose that even in one trade, I mean just move on, flush the day. Too early. There was a winner. This one came nick of time. That one was a winner. Man, that was the only trade. One win. Past my time frame. That one was a winner. Let's see, 12.19. There's none on Thursday. Because this one came too late. It was a winner, so it was the next one. But since volume is one of the metrics that is put in to create the signals, you need the high volume trading hours. Friday. Let's see. So yeah, we just had this one signal winner and a huge run up. So for the week, it was 4 to 3, minus 87.50 for one contract. So put you at still hanging at, or it's lowers it to like 81%. Past 11 weeks, just under 3,000 profit for one contract. Your risk is, the best so far, 2.34. So YM's looking like a dud, still early. RTY is looking pretty hot. NQ, again, those two have the best percentage win rates. But if you take two contracts on ES, that puts you just under 6,000 for pretty much risking a similar dollar amount as NQ. So, and that puts you at about 7,800. So you're still less profitable than NQ, but it is a slower market. You could trade it earlier, half hour earlier and a half hour sooner. So it all depends on the trading time frame you want. And then again, the average risk per trade. So you have a lower win rate, but it is reflected by a better risk per trade that you're putting on. And then 81. So that's definitely well over 90 trades. And that's pretty close. So it's kind of, you get really, like the same amount of trades, but you will be paying double the commissions, doing the two contracts. So I would, obviously there's a longer data set currently on ES and NQ, and this is really designed for NQ, so in these, just in the code, put the ask questions, it really only gives parameters for ES and NQ. So RTY and YM is more of my addition to it based upon the Apex diagnostic bar small sizing, like, the common sizing of profit targets. So far, at least for RTY, it's working out, but it's only half the amount of time as these others. So who knows of how it's really going to work out. But this does enable you to trade multiple markets, so you could just do two different ones to diversify your risk on that one. So let's see, for 11 weeks, 29.50 profit. NQ 56.25 for 11 weeks. Another plus 21.75 if you double your position size on the 1 minute to equal $200 profit target. YM, the dud so far. So still profitable, but all the commissions are just going to take that away. So really probably just a break even. But it's only 5 weeks in, so maybe the next 5 weeks it'll get hot. And then RTY, that one's profitable, plus 1370 for it. And then I mean again, it's $5 a tick, so that right there, what's $70 a trade compared to 100 or 200 for NQ. So far the system's it's looking pretty viable consistently, but it is designed for NQ and ES. So again, just if you buy the indicator, create your own data set. I do have the affiliate link, and then if you do use my link, just drop a comment saying so I can personally thank you. So I'll continue these weekly videos, and then another one that I'm building a data set for is to swing trade it. So I've only been doing it for the NQ markets and using NDX since I can scroll back easily a few years on that one, and there's no issues with the white dots or the profit target issues that we're seeing if we scroll kind of too far back on the futures. So that one's looking pretty profitable as swing trade. It won't be as profitable as the actual day trading. You still take some big losses and stuff. It can have a good win rate. It's just, it all depends on how you can trade. Can you trade during the day? The other one you're going to be doing it again, it's close of the bar, so you'd be opening up the trade as the market's closing, in a sense, like the last minute, that the signal is still active. And then potentially you can do options with it for various different strategies, but you will, if you just do naked options, have to deal with the theta decay on it. And then again, if you're selling premium instead to create some profit, I'm sure there's some better option traders out there that will be able to give more input or do that themselves, and they'll probably already know what strategy they're going to use, based upon the signals and the time frames, and but it still looks pretty promising. It's about, I think, 30% a year. So if you had $100,000 and you're gonna make 30 grand off of it, so it's not as high as a percentage as the day trading necessarily. You'd have to have more capital, and most prop firms for the futures market don't let you swing trade. Some do, but the CFD market could be one, because you could just trade the CFD, the NASDAQ, and swing trade on that one. But again, if you look at the profit targets, it would probably take you, a year to just pass, a challenge. But if you had your own capital, to execute it with either micros or full contracts, or if you're in a country where you can trade CFDs, you can easily scale down. So, but everybody has their own trading styles. So I'll probably make a video of that. That shouldn't take me too long to show the results and stuff. And maybe it would just be a yearly video and stuff. So it wouldn't even need to be frequent updates on it. So thanks for tuning in, and just continue watching.